Hey, what's up, family? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, you know, I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers, my family. Appreciate y'all for still rocking with me from the moment I started this journey back in 2017. I thank you for still being loyal to me and for still being subscribers to my channel. For those of you who have just subscribed recently, I want to welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family. And if this is your first time ever viewing my content and you like what you hear, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that way when I do any new content, you will be the first to know. Well, got some bad news for Fantasia. Got some bad news for your girl Fantasia. Y'all, I'm gonna have to throw her ceremony. I'm gonna have to throw your girl Fantasia funeral because she's gonna lose a lot of female fans after she put these single women on blast today, honey. She's gonna lose a lot of female fans. And y'all know when it come to us black women and you call us out on our bullshit and you expose us and you tell us well we are wrong, oh yes, honey, that's when you start losing us as support. That is the reason I've lost a lot of female supporters. Once we start calling each other out on our bull, honey, we do not want to rock with each other like that. So yes, if you haven't heard, what's up to everybody? Enter the chat. Nolan, Tyrone, everybody who's entering. If I don't see you, thank you for coming in. But as I was saying, yes, a lot of these single women, a lot of these sisters, they are going to be mad with your girlfriend, Tasia, honey. She basically blasted the single women and told them why they are single. So, of course, you know, a lot of sisters, unfortunately, as much as you want, as much as we would like to support each other, sometimes black women are the most difficult species to get support from due to the fact that we only want to rock with people that tell us what we want to hear. We only want to support people that are against what we are against. And it's unfortunate that a lot of us as black women, we are wired in that way. We don't have a problem with people calling out other people, but when it comes to people calling us out or we calling each other out, a lot of us as black women, we have a problem with that. We have a problem with somebody exposing us and telling us where we are wrong and what we need to do. So I have a feeling Fantasia is going to lose a lot of female supporters from this content. I mean, I'm sorry, from the comments she made today. If y'all have not already heard, singer Fantasia Barrino, she was the one of the most memorable American Idol contestants, and she's been doing relatively successful after her claim to fame with American Idol. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not a Fantasia fan for the longest. I know a lot of her music was kind of feminist to me. She had the song Baby Mama. This goes out to all my baby mamas. And, she came out with all these feminist encouragement music that, uh, I guess the sisters need something to keep them encouraged. But, I'm against stuff like that because my thing is I don't like us promoting that kind of mess, because what it does is it makes younger black women who are coming up, it makes them think it's okay, it's acceptable to be just a baby mama, so Fantasia was kind of on that little feminist thing for a while. But much to my dismay, Fantasia actually she got on this radio show today, and she basically she blasted single women for why they are single, and she basically called single women out, letting them know why they are failing and why they are failing in relationships and why they cannot get a man. And believe it or not, well, it's no surprise. What's up, Shar? She's always had a large percentage of let me see, female supporters. She's always had women who buy her music. She's always had women who go to her concerts. The majority of her fans are women, um, black female supporters. That's the majority of her audience. Well, she may lose a few of them today after she made the comment. So just 1 second. I'm going to read the comment that she made. Just a moment. All right, let me pull this up here. Now, basically, Fantasia was on a radio talk show today. I believe she was it Breakfast Club? No, I don't think it was the Breakfast Club, but if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to pull up the interview. And basically, Fantasia Barrino talks about on the radio show why most women are not able to get relationships, why single women are not able to get relationships, is because too many of them are trying to leave. Okay. What's up, Just Be Ernest, everybody who's coming in. So of course, when she made this statement, I'm sure a lot of sisters are going to be gunning for her. Because like I said, women, we do not like to be called out. Especially we as black women, we don't like to be exposed. We don't like when people tell us where we are faltering, where we are failing or messing up. We don't like to be called out on it. Now, before I read these comments that Fantasia made, keep in mind, Fantasia hasn't had the best of luck lately. With the publicity, as everybody should know, she's been known from her situation of having a child at a young age. We saw her movie where she was living in low income housing and she became a young single mom. She actually shared that with us through her Lifetime movie. Not only that, she turned around and got pregnant from somebody else's husband right as her career was taken off, and she was doing really well. She was involved with another woman's husband, and she not only was involved, she got pregnant from somebody else's husband. So the man's wife basically sued her. There was a law in that particular state that you can sue the significant other that was involved with your spouse or companion. From what I heard, I don't think it really got anywhere. I've heard various things. I heard she did get some money, and I heard she didn't get any money. So I'm kind of vague if Fantasia was able to get that or not. But what I do know is it really put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth when she got impregnated and she had her son from a married man. But nevertheless, he left her. I guess, he realized being with the woman of her status, it wasn't all of what it was cracked up to be. I guess after getting such negative publicity and being in her light as the side dude, as the side chick to this married man and things of that nature. What's up, Lord? What's up, everybody entering the chat? So she had got a lot of heat because of it, but nevertheless, this man, him and his wife, much to our surprise, they are back together. The married man who she had a child from, he's still with his wife. So, she was able to get past it or whatever. So, what ended up happening was, she got a lot of bad publicity because of that. But nevertheless, she took a L like a woman. She took a L. She dealt with the heat that came with it, dealing with this, having a child from this married man. But much to my surprise, it didn't take away from her career. Her career kept progressing. She kept doing well, so it didn't take away from her at all. So what's basically going on now? Fantasia is probably going to get a lot of heat from these sisters because she got these sisters right together on the show, radio show, basically stating why women are single. So I'm pulling up the comment right now so I could read into that. Um, Fantasia stated, quote, unquote, because as y'all know, Fantasia is remarried. So she was able to redeem herself, even after such a bad negative publicity, getting knocked up from another woman's husband. It just goes to show you, you don't get to decide how God forgives people, how God chooses to bless people. So despite her wrongdoing, God still had mercy and gave her a second chance. Now she has a husband. Through all of that, who accepted her two kids from two previous relationships. And so far, it seems like this man has been good to her. I haven't heard anything negative about him since they've been together. Because, when it comes to these stars, as soon as they get with an average person, the media does not have a problem with digging up these people's records, seeing if they have any foul things from the past. So Fantasia got lucky. She got blessed on that because I haven't heard anything negative about this guy since she's been with him. Unlike Nicki Minaj, when she picked up her Pookie, of course, paparazzi got a hold of his record, got a hold of his, sexual predator offenses, all kind of stuff. So when you decide to, get in a relationship with a star, all of your secrets are going to get exposed. So fortunately, again, he must be a clean cut dude because I haven't heard anything bad about Fantasia's husband since they've been married. Now, basically, she got on the show, and this is what your girl Fantasia told all the single women. Her words, to be exact, was, most women are trying to be a leader. That's why you can't find a man. You can't be the king in the house. Fall back and be the queen and let your man lead the way. And that's what she told the radio host. Okay. So big ups to everybody in the chat. So of course, she further went to explain that men and women bump heads because they struggle with power dynamics. It's a generational curse, and how society has placed our men, and how women have to stand up to be the mother and the father and the provider. What's up, Gabriel? Good to see you. Now, let me pump the brakes on that one little line there. When she said how women have to stand up, be the mother and the father and the provider. Now, the reason I want to pump the brakes on that is because let's keep it 100, like they would say, some of these women intentionally put themselves in bad predicaments where they have to be the mother, the father, and the provider. So that kind of line, that one little part of the puzzle that she added, I'm a little leery on that because some of these women intentionally put themselves in deadbeat situations. They decide not to protect themselves, with these men, who they are sexually involved with. And as a woman, it is up to us to guard our temple. You have to protect your body. You can't be getting knocked up from every Tom, Dick, and Daryl. Every guy you think that can help you secure the bag, can help you get on the come up. So some of us as women, we place ourselves in that position to be to have to be mother and a father and a provider. So I don't want us taking that as if we should sympathize and empathize, because some of us are, as women, we make poor choices when it comes to getting knocked up with these dudes. What's up on beyond? So a lot of this could be avoided if women would learn to stop being desperate and stop being thirsty and stop, trying to be manipulative, conniving, playing mind games because you want to check every month. Unfortunately, as a woman, when you don't make wise decisions and you let thirstiness overrule your common sense, then this is what happens. You put yourself in a position where you have to wear two hats. You got to be mama, you got to be daddy, you got to be the provider. And if and when uh the father of your child wants to partake, wants to participate, he may not, but a lot of this could be avoided if women would have more respect for themselves, protect their bodies. If you're going to go out there and you're going to be sexually active, least you can do is make sure you're using some type of protection so you don't put yourself in the position to have to be a single mother. This is a harsh reality. A lot of sisters get mad at other sisters who say this, but we're not doing each other any justice if we keep lying to each other as Black women. We keep lying and co-signing on the fuckery and saying, oh, it's okay, girl. It's okay to get knocked up. It's all right, girl. You can be the mother and the father later for that man. All this contradiction, or I can do it by myself. I don't need no man. But as soon as she can't have her way, she run into the child support office. We see this type of contradiction all the time in the Black community. I don't need no man, but she's going down there talking to her caseworker. As soon as she gets the opportunity to let her caseworker know, hey, I need an increase on this child support. Thank you, Ambion, for the $10 donation. Ambion says another good stream. Fantasia was speaking truth, just like you, Mocha. Absolutely. And it's women like me and Fantasia, a lot of sisters want to give us a lot of heat because, again, Black women, we only want people to celebrate our failures. We're okay as long as somebody is celebrating our failures. But the moment, somebody is against our poor decisions, now, oh, you a hater. You ain't for Black women. You don't support Black women. You a dick rider. You know what they call us, real women who call these harlots out. You know what they call us. Topaz sounds like a need to me. Exactly. Absolutely. So Fantasia further goes on to say, it's a generational curse and how society has placed our men and how women have to stand up to be the mother and the father and the provider. So now you are so bad that you can't be told nothing. Woo! Now, ain't that a trip? And it's the God's honest truth. Now we are so bad, we so independent to the point we cannot be corrected, we cannot be advised, we cannot be told anything. And that's what has happened. As she further goes on to say, so now you are so bad that you can't be told nothing. That when the right man comes, you lose him because you're trying to be the man. She further goes on and says, at the end of the day, I'm the neck, my man's the head. He can't make any moves without his wife. You know what I mean? It all works together. Um, when co-host Angela Yee offered that sometimes women don't have a choice but to take on a dominant role, Fantasia doubled down on it being a generational curse. You have to learn how to submit. Oh my goodness. Did we say submit? I think we are breaking out in hives. A lot of black single women, when they hear the word submit, they get allergic reactions. They start breaking out in hives. Their skin start itching. They start getting blotches all over their body. When we hear the word submit, I don't know why we as black women want to associate the word submit with slavery. And it is not the same thing. Ladies, I cannot preach this. I cannot stress this more than enough. Submit is not slavery. Okay? Now, rest assured, ladies, I'm gonna get these guys too. But right now, y'all got to take the punches for a minute here. Okay? I'm gonna get the guys in a little bit. But right now, let's stay on hand. Let's stay on the topic. Submit and slavery, it is not the same thing. Submit just means you're allowing him to lead and be the head of the household, and you are following and allowing him to lead as the man of the household. That's what it means. Means that you're not stepping over him and acting like his feelings don't matter, acting like his opinion doesn't matter. You're allowing your feminist attitude to overshadow his needs and his wants. Do you not know that you can be a strong black woman and submit at the same time? You don't have to give up one to be the other. You can still be independent and submissive. You can still be a boss bitch and submissive. You can still be bitchy and submissive. I'm both. I'm a multitasker. By nature, women, we are blessed with the gift of being able to multitask, meaning we can do our hair, drink coffee, talk on the phone, iron clothes, and make a pot of spaghetti at the same goddamn time. We have that gift. Exactly, Topaz. Submission is strength. Otherwise, why say yes to the marriage? Absolutely. The thing is, as women, we are gifted by nature to be multitaskers. Men, on the other hand, they're not. I remember my criminal justice instructor told me, women, our minds is like spaghetti, and his mind is like a waffle. In other words, when a man thinks, he focuses on one thing only. Okay? Women, when we think, our mind is all over the goddamn place. We thinking about 20 goddamn things all at once. That is the nature of a woman, and that is the nature of a man. What's up, E. Alice, and everybody else who's coming in? And the thing is this. I don't know where this feminist attitude came along to where we feel like we are weak if we are being submissive. It does not make you weak being submissive. It means that you respect your husband enough to follow his authority. And as a woman, you should not want to have to put yourself in a position to where you have to do the leading. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's a lot of feminist attitudes that has caused us as black women to contradict ourselves on so many levels. And the reason why the majority of us as black women are stressed out, because we have lied and told ourselves we want to do it all. And when it boils down to us having to do it all, that's where the frustration sets in at. What's up, Keenan? Poetic, what's up, boo? Appreciate you for coming in, as always. So this is the reason why a lot of us as Black women, we have a bad attitude because we have put ourselves in a position to have to juggle too many hats. You have to be the mama, you got to be the father, you got to be the provider, you got to be the counselor, you got to be a little bit of everything. What's up, Sister George? Appreciate you for coming on in. That's why, that is the reason why it's this new lie. It's this feminist lie that's been called Black women. It's been called attitudes. They could have said women got attitudes. I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. It's not an attitude. I wish people would stop using that word and buttering it up, talking about Black women got attitudes. They don't have no attitudes. Let me tell you what it's called. It's called they have regrets. They don't have attitudes. They have regrets. They are angry with themselves based on the poor decisions that they have made and that they are stuck with, and decisions that they cannot change or get rid of. That is the problem with us as Black women. You don't have an attitude. You're angry with the decisions you made. You're angry because you're stuck with the decisions you made. And you're angry because no man is crazy enough to come in your life and be the goddamn janitor to help you clean up that crazy ass mess you made. We're angry. We are angry. We mad. You chose him as your baby daddy. You angry. You knew better, but you took a chance anyway, out of desperation. You knew. And sometimes we make decisions out of spite and out of desperation. Then we are angry and lashing out and taking it out on the world because we are stuck with those decisions. And this was called displaced anger. And we as Black women, we are prone to displaced anger. Exactly, non Mode. Thank you for coming in. That's what it's called. So I don't want to hear no more about Black women attitudes. She don't have no attitude. Her ass got regrets. She regret she got knocked up from that clown. And she thought getting knocked up by him was going to help her get on the come up. And all it did was burden her life even more. Thought getting knocked up, she was going to get this big time child support. Ain't getting none of what she was hoping for. Not getting none of what she had in mind. When you try to be malicious and spiteful, sometimes things have a way of backfiring. But anyway, let me get back to the issue at hand. So what Fantasia is basically saying, she further goes on to say this: many women will willingly give over control to a significant other whom they deeply trust. Unfortunately, there's a deep healing needed within our communities to even foster an environment where we feel safe enough to let down our guard and let someone else lead. Okay, no, that's something else there. But moving right along, the problem is that we as Black women, we have made poor decisions to where we have to wear all of these different hats. And it comes a point when even a woman that, even if you are strong, even if you could do it all by yourself, the truth of the matter is a lot of us as Black women, we are tired of doing it by ourselves. We are tired. We are tired of doing it by ourselves. But the problem is we caused ourselves to have to do it on our own in the first place. What's up, CC Rose? A lot of us as black women, we are our own worst enemy. When you already struggle with one, why did you have the second one? You struggle with the second one. Why you had the third? You struggle with the fourth one. Now you're on the fifth one. Now you're looking for a janitor to come in your life to help clean your life up, to take the role and be the father to your children that your biological baby daddies won't be. You want somebody else that didn't create none of the chaos you have created to come in your life and help you to straighten that out. And I think it is totally unfair. Make one mistake, I might can give you a pass. But when you go 2, 3, 4, 5 times, sis, you have not learned. It's no longer called mistakes, it's called stupidity. That's what it's called. It's called insanity. When you keep making the same mistakes over and over again and expecting different goddamn results. It's called stupidity. Yes, Jess, we got them all in our family. Not too many of us don't have them type of sisters. I mean, we have them type of females that roll like that in our family. And these are the main ones that look for handouts. These are the main ones who look for sympathy and look for empathy. And I'm not saying all single mothers have this problem. You have some single mothers that have learned from their mistakes. They're not complaining. They're not looking for sympathy. They ain't stalking a man down or running him down for child support. They ain't doing all that, they accepting their responsibilities as a woman and saying, you know what, I'm a woman up, whether this man me or not. I'm gonna do what I got to do to make sure my kids are straight. And it's a lot of females that are doing a lot of single women, single mothers particularly. Single women, I can't really bite y'all too much because all you have is yourself to take care of. But you single mothers, y'all are not realizing that, it comes a point when your children should be your priority. You taking care of your children should be your priority, not you looking for a man to help you take care of your children. Topaz says, I can admit I wasn't struggling with either kids. That's even worse. So I speak against my past decision. It sounds crazy, but I feel it's helpful to hear others and myself going forward. I mean, absolutely. And the point of the matter is, it is a very painful reality because the stuff we know now, had we known it back then, I'm sure the majority of us would have made better decisions. But the problem is the majority of females today, they have this mindset where they cannot be corrected. I can understand as a woman, you may not feel like a man cannot relate to you. So as a woman, the majority of us are not going to take heed to the advice and counsel coming from other men. I can understand that. But the problem is, as black women, we don't even take counsel from other black women who can relate and hear them out and say, you know what, I think I need to make a better decision because evidently your way ain't working. If you're on baby daddy number 4, number 5, it ain't working. Number 2, number 3, they ain't working really. You on man number 3, number 4, somewhere you done dropped the ball. And see, a lot of us as black women, we think we could correct the problem by changing the man. You can change as many men as you want. Mike, Bobby, and Rob ain't the problem. You have to do some inner self repair. And a lot of the problem as women, a lot of us, the problem with us as black women, we want to change everything that's going on externally, but we don't want to deal with the issues internally. And as a woman, until you learn how to deal with your own inner issues, you are going to sabotage every man that comes your way. Whether if he's a good man, especially if he's a good man and he's a good guy, he's about substance and he's about value, you're going to tarnish him. Because what you're going to do is you're going to bring your corruptiveness, your hate, your anger, your hostility. You're going to bring all of that into the next guy. You're going to punish him for what the other 6, 7 dudes took you through. And that's why I try to tell these men, when you sit down and have a conversation with these women, before you get deep, before you start investing your money, investing your feelings, investing your time, really take the time to get to know this chick. And I mean, really take your time, because you cannot just go by what she says. You got to look at her whole lifestyle, because just having a few dinners here and there is not enough for you to really see what you're up against. You have to really take the time to sit down and analyze and have a conversation with these females so you can see where their psyche is. Um, Otherwise, you end up with a man who can lead you more down. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Yeah, we're and it's unfortunate. It's a lot of us as women. We have made ourselves become damaged goods. And what happens is, when we do get lucky, when we do get blessed and find a man that's willing to pick up where the last man left off, which is very scarce in the black community. But for those of us, I've seen it. I've seen women that have had way more baggage than the Greyhound bus baggage claim, and yet there's some man that's still willing to invest in that woman, still willing to, take care of her and her children. I mean, it happens. You don't have too many brothers here on YouTube saying they would do it, but there are some men that are picking up where the last guy left off. And if you're one of those women that are fortunate, that's willing, you get lucky and meet a man that's willing to pick up where the last man left off. The problem is, if you have not healed, if you have not gotten past all of the damage that was done to you emotionally and mentally, you're going to take it all out on him. I've seen a lot of us as black women that have done this. I've seen black women who have messed their lives up, had 3, 4 kids by different men in the past. They meet a man, and most guys on the YouTube would consider these type of dudes simps, beta males, whatever the case may be, however they choose to label them. I've seen men pick up on these type of women. For what reason, I don't know. But I've seen men do it, and men that have done it have been disrespected, have been mistreated, because she's still angry due to the fact that the man she really wanted, she could not grasp. And this particular guy just became the rebound guy. She really didn't want him, and that's what's happening to a lot of broken black women in the black community. A lot of us are have put ourselves in situations to where we are with men that we really don't want, only because he's a nice guy and he's alleviating your burdens. He's helping with the bills, he's providing. You're really not into him, you're not in love with him, but because he's doing everything that you need for him to do. There's a difference between you need that man and you love that man. The problem with a lot of us as black women in the community, a lot of us are with men that we just need, that we really don't love. And eventually, over time, this man is going to discover that all along I was just a janitor. I was the cleanup man. It's a lot of guys out there that are just janitors. They're just straight cleanup men. Um, Ambiance said we learn through the trials, and perhaps as we go through the journey through this thing we call life, it is up to all of us to learn and use those lessons as guidance to better fulfill, and Fantasia is right. Exactly. And that's the thing. Some women learn one time and they don't repeat it no more. That's what the singer Sierra did. Now we saw what Sierra did. Sierra decided to have her first child from a better male. Because let's face it, the rapper Future, he's a better male. He's going around producing all of these children. He's spreading his seeds all over the place like he's a goddamn gardener. And the truth is, he's not trying to wife nobody. He's not trying to build a future with one woman. And she saw what was going to happen. She saw that after she conceived and had that child from Future, Future kept stalling her with the engagement. For whatever reason, like a lot of us as black women, we feel like we got the power to change a certain dude. We could see his pattern with 8, 9 other women, but for some strange reason, we really have this idea that is going to be different for us. And that's what Sierra thought. Sierra thought she had the golden power to make Future become this better man. Um, the problem is with that, um, she wasn't able to change him. But what I can give Sierra, and a lot of people have given Sierra a hard time, because one thing about Black women, we're not allowed to make mistakes. We're not. Just go ahead and face it, deal with it. You're not allowed to make mistakes. And the reason why, as Black women, we get so much ridicule when we make mistakes is because there's so many thoughts and harlots that and you know uh chicken heads that have ruined it for us, hood rats. It's a lot of hood rats that have ruined it for us. So now, as a Black woman, we have to put in 20 times more work to prove that we're different, to prove that we are worthy. What's up, Sheep Stay? Good to see you. I was viewing your content earlier today. You really gave a lot of good, powerful content. So just want to let you know I also been supporting your channel as well. So the truth is, as Black women, we cannot afford to make too many bad decisions. We can't, because society is already not allowing us to keep using excuses as much. We're still getting a pass on some things, and the government may give you a pass by giving you housing. The government may give you a pass by giving you food stamps and giving you child support. The problem is, these men are not giving us a pass anymore. Once they approach us and get to know us for who we are and see that we have all of this baggage and we have all of this chaos that is built into our lives, they automatically are not going to take the time out to try to even get to know us for the potential women that we could be. Now, that's what happened with Sierra. Sierra saw Future. There was no future in being with Future. So she had that one child and she moved out the way. She didn't keep getting pregnant by him, hoping that it was going to be different, hoping that, okay, maybe if I have 3 more kids, he'll straighten up on a third one, which in actuality, she should have known that from the start. He already had 4 or 5 baby mamas. The proof was already in the pudding right there. It was already there. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm going all over the place though. I really appreciate the fact that Fantasia have finally called these single women out, because it's this attitude of thinking that they are so worthy that a man is supposed to bow down and praise them and should worship the ground that they walk on. There's this misconception. It's a lot of contradictory in the Black female sector, to where we want men to lead, but at the same time, we want them to bow down and praise us, regardless of all the poor decisions we made from the past, regardless of all the current poor decisions that we're making. We still want to feel worshiped. And it doesn't go that way. And on top of that, not only we want to feel worshiped, we don't want to submit. And the whole bottom line is, that is the reason why we as Black women, we are frustrated. We are missing out on possibly good men, on potentially having good husbands, because of this attitude where I don't want to submit. I don't feel like I need to let a man lead me. I don't feel like I need to let a man guide me. And this is the reason why a lot of us are in a situation we're in right now, because of this same attitude. And the thing is, now what I'm starting to notice is, a lot of Black women, this is the reason why they're getting worn out and they're getting exhausted. What's up, Sonnies? Most men have to learn to accept the responsibility with vigor and strength. A woman will appreciate and acknowledge him as a leader, but he must earn the crown. Which brings me to my next point. Which brings me to my next point. Another issue that we have as Black women, a lot of us are lacking discretion with what type of men who we allow to lead. That's another issue, because I'm starting to notice a lot of sisters, they're allowing the pookies to lead. You're allowing the better male to lead. You're not allowing a man with real leadership qualities You're not allowing a real alpha male to lead you as a woman. And you're wondering why you're faltering, and you're wondering why you're growing and you're not getting ahead. A lot of Black women are allowing simps to lead them. We only want men to lead that we feel that we can still have some type of control over. It doesn't go that way, because as a woman, if you can still have some type of control over him, then he's not leading. It defeats the purpose. You might as well be wearing the boxers and the thong. You can't have it both ways. And that's the problem. That's why a lot of Black women have it confused. We as Black women, because I'm a Black woman too, we have it confused of what leadership really consists of. What's up, wonderful Watson? And it goes hand in hand. A Black man cannot expect a woman to allow him to lead if she's not willing to be submissive. But at the same time, if she chooses the wrong man to lead, at the same time, you know, it's going to taint her position as a woman on being submissive to him. They both go hand in hand. A woman cannot submit to poor leadership, and a woman cannot choose a better male to lead. It's a lot of us as women, we are choosing men that really lack leadership abilities to lead. And you're wondering why you're miserable, and you're wondering why you're still having to do the majority of the responsibility. I know women who are allowing men to lead who don't even have a job. It's women that are allowing men to lead that don't even have a job. It's women that are allowing men to lead that have more kids than she does. It's women that are allowing men to lead that don't even take care of his outside responsibilities, but she's letting him lead. She will automatically become submissive when she acknowledges him as a true leader. It's imaginary. Exactly. And again, it's the type of men that she's allowing to do the lead. I know some women right now who's paying the majority of the bills. She the one who paying the rent. She the one who got the car. And yet she allows the man to lead everything. But he's not the provider. He's not being a man. He's not um doing anything that's manly. He lacks all leadership abilities, and yet she will tell you, "Oh, girl, I can't go out with you tonight because Ronnie don't want me going nowhere. Ronnie don't want you going nowhere, but Ronnie ain't even going nowhere. He don't have a job. He don't have a car. He using your car. He picking you up to and from work in your car, but yet you letting him lead." And this is another big problem in the Black community. And the reason but this is what you chose, because if you chose a real, you wouldn't be able to still get away with half of the things you get away with. And a lot of times as women, that's how we hurt ourselves, because we want a man to lead, but if he's leading too much, now we think it's controlling. And a problem with us as Black women, we confused. There's a difference between a man leading and a man that's being controlling. And the difference between a man that's leading versus a man that's being controlling is that a man who leads, he's leading for the betterment of his family. For instance, a man that leads may tell his woman, his companion, who he truly loves and cares for, "No, we don't need to get a house that big. We can't afford that right now." Or, "No, we need to start saving up our money so we can buy some property and build something on it. No, you don't need to be taking your money and going on type of cruises and trips with your girlfriends when we could be putting that money up into building us a home. In other words, a man that leads, he's guiding you so the both of you can win, so the both of you can have something for the future. Now, a man that's controlling, on the other hand, all the decisions he makes is only to benefit him. For instance, a man that's controlling is going to say, I don't want you going out tonight. All because he just wants to control you. I don't want you spending money over there. But yet he's taking the money, he's buying weed, he's getting drunk, but he's telling you what to do and what not to do with the money. But meanwhile, he's taking the money and he doing what he wants. That's called being controlling. When a man is only making you is making you do things that's going to benefit him, not the both of y'all. Because I know a lot of us as black women, we don't know the difference. You think every time a man tells you something, he's all about controlling you. He's not just trying to control you. What he's doing is he's trying to keep everything under control. That is the difference. And a lot of us as black women, unfortunately, we don't know the difference. We think even if a man is telling us something that's good, oh, he's trying to control me. He's trying to tell me what to do. He's trying to run my life. When in actuality, he's telling you because he cares and he wants you to be cautious. But what happens to a lot of us as black women, we're so used to being overpowered and over controlled by pookies that when we do meet a good man that's not trying to control us, we automatically want to label him as being controlling. When it's in actuality, he's not being controlling. He's trying to keep things in control. But when you've been dealing with pookies all your life, and really, that's a big disadvantage for a lot of us as black women. A lot of us have been dealing with pookies all of our life. So now that when we meet a man with substance and we meet a man with value, we don't know how to treat him. We don't even know how to relate to him because we're so used to dealing with dudes that use us, lie to us, take advantage of us. Now that you have a man that means you well, you don't know how to receive him. So even if he's out there telling you what to do, you're automatically looking at it like he's trying to control you. And basically, well, all he's doing is guiding. There's a difference, like I stated, ladies, there's a difference between a man controlling you and guiding you. Is he telling you things that is going to benefit the both of y'all in the future? Has he told you things and you actually did it and you saw it worked out in your favor? Or has he only given you advice on things to benefit him so he could benefit and he can enjoy it? That's the problem. You cannot have it both ways. Let me see. Can you please? Oh, oh. Okay, yeah, 1 second. Yeah, I was doing something with my little cable. Um, that is the problem. And that's why it's very important for a man to know the history of the woman he's dealing with, because if she's used to dealing with pookies, she's still going to be stuck with that pookie syndrome. So the moment this man tries to do something that's for the good, she may not know how to receive it because again, she's used to dealing with a pookie type of dude. Now, back to this leadership thing. There are some men, not all men, but there are some men who expect to be treated like leaders, but they fail leadership abilities. And that's where you as a woman, you have to be smart and interpret between the two. Let's see, try to figure out. last name. Yeah, we don't know the difference between the two. Now, again, not all men have good leadership abilities. You have some men who like to be in control, but they don't like to be leaders. Like, in other words, I know some sisters who are with men who don't want to pay the bills, who don't want to handle business. He pretty much sits in the back seat and he lets her sit to the front. I've known women personally who have done this. They have basically allowed men who fail leadership abilities to lead. Now, my thing is, as a man, if you don't want to provide, if you don't want to handle business, the last thing you need to do is look for a woman to be submissive to you. But again, most of the time, women, we choose these type of men. We choose these men who lack leadership or accountability. Now, let me see what y'all got talking. Well, let me see what y'all saying up in here because I've been missing y'all comments. I've been trying to keep my train of thought. Let me see. Too much for our first house and stuff. Yeah, y'all a trip. Yeah, but yeah, as I was stating, Fantasia, she's definitely gonna lose a lot of female fans because she definitely kept a 100. She told it like it is. And the problem is too, some of these women have been single for so long, and they've had to wear both hats so long. They had to be the mother, the daughter, and the father, and the provider, whatever. Now, when they do meet a man, they don't know on the passenger side and allow him to drive. They don't know how to do that. They don't. They don't know how to do that. But this is the catch 22 though. When it gets too much, then she wants the man to lead. It's only when it gets too much. Whenever I hear a black woman says, I'm tired of being single. What she really, let me tell you what she's really saying. Whenever you hear a sister say, I'm tired of being single, it means I'm tired of all of the responsibilities by myself. It still does not mean I'm ready to submit. I'm ready to humble myself for the right guy. What it means is I'm tired of taking care of all of my kids, even though I had them from 8, 9 different men. I'm tired of taking care of my kids by myself. I'm tired of paying a light bill. I'm tired of paying the water bill. I'm tired of paying the mortgage. I'm tired of paying the rent. That's what she's really saying. But the crazy part is she's still not going to change her ways in order to get the right man to lead. All it means is I need a janitor. I need a Mr. Cleanup man. I need someone to come in my life and help me with all of these burdens that I have created. That's what she's really saying. And see, a lot of us as black women, that's why I try to preach to these young women now that while they are young and they have their youth, do not go placing all type of responsibilities on yourself. And you're not even in your 20s. I told my daughter the same thing. She's 18. She doesn't have any children. I said, this is not the time to be trying to get knocked up from some dude because you're too lazy to look out for yourself. You're too lazy to be responsible for yourself. And that's a problem with a lot of us as black women in this generation is that we have become so lazy with taking care of ourselves. Because my thing is, you can't say you taking care of yourself, not when you in governmental housing. Not when you getting food stamps. Not when you going to child support court asking for an increase every month. It's a lot of contradiction going on. When you say when you say you're doing it all by yourself, you're not doing it all by yourself. Because you're getting help. You're getting assistance from other places. And that is the reason why I strongly feel like we as black women, we have this sense of entitlement. because the system has given us this idea that we're automatically entitled because we get housing, we get benefits, we get child support. We can mess up and make bad decisions, and all we got to do is go to the child support office and get a check. Even though we didn't protect ourselves, the government doesn't hold us as Black women accountable. It never has and it never will. All we have to do is when we mess up, we can go to child support and ask for a modification and get our checks increased. We can go to the welfare office and ask for food stamps. We can go to HUD, governmental housing, get housing. We can mess up as much as we want and still get bailed out. But what's starting to happen is a lot of these women, what's going on is even though they're getting all this government assistance and they're getting all this help, they are finding out the hard way that no matter how much assistance you get, most of the burden is still going to be on you. That's what they're finding out. Any man with no kids, the worst place you could put yourself is with a single mother. And I totally agree. My opinion is a woman who has kids needs to be with the man who has kids. That's my opinion. I think the women who got 8 or 9 kids, the better baby mamas need to be with the better baby daddies. That's my opinion. Section 8 and child support equals strong and independent. And absolutely, and it is far from the truth. It's far from the truth. And I know it's a big contradiction with us as Black women where we think once we get assistance with the government, that it automatically gives us a sense of independence. But the trick to me, the system is nothing but a trick from the devil. It's a setup for failure because the unfortunate part is that if the government decides to put you out of housing right now, to take away everything right now, um, you'll definitely feel the sting of how much independence you really don't have. The government is not giving these women independence like society thinks, because these women have to report their income once a month. These women have to depend. They are stuck dealing with the rules that government housing has. They are stuck dealing with the rules that child support and all of that has. Other words, they can't just do how they want to do. Now I know from the outside it looks like a lot of these women are getting away with murder because they get their stamps, they get this, they get that. But I can tell you from prime example, the system has more rules than a probation officer. The system does. And if the system catches you slipping one time, it could snatch everything from you overnight. The system is nothing to be proud of to have to depend upon, because the system is constantly changing the rules as it goes. They have the right to come and inspect your house. They have the right to take away and terminate your benefits if they catch anything fraudulent. If they find out you getting more income and you lied, it's to me the system is a very tricky thing. I wouldn't wholeheartedly want to depend my life on it because it has so many rules and regulations. Um, Government housing has gotten so strict now to where they're not letting single mothers get big houses like they used to. Back in the day when housing and all of that was first available, a woman could have 2, 3 kids to get a 5 bedroom house. Now they're tightening up on some things now. Now they having it to where no matter how many kids you got, you make it only get 2 bedrooms. So if it's you and you got 7 kids, most likely 5 of them may be in one room and the other 2 gonna have to be in a room with you. So there's definitely no winning. There's no getting over with housing. Plus, not to mention, wherever housing put you at, you will never own it. There's this misconception that Black women have been taught that once you get housing and once you get the system, you're good to go, and that's beyond That's beyond the truth because they're tightening up now. Yeah, they're doing a lot of cuts. They're tightening up. They're making these houses smaller for these single moms. They're not giving them as much luxury. Basically, what it has come to is housing is only supplying. It's no longer about trying to make you comfortable. If that makes any sense to anybody in here. I hear you, Q, but it has to be done. Yeah, and believe it or not, non-GMO, a lot of women, they're feeling the funk right now. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. But what has happened is a lot of these women have become so codependent. They are scared to make a move. They know they need to make a move, but they're scared to make a move. But not only that, some of them really cannot afford to make a move. Nobody's not going to take you and six of your kids into their own home. Half of them, their family is not about to deal with them and they six, seven kids. So a lot of these women have confined themselves to have to depend on the system because nobody's not going to take them in. Their own mom and daddy ain't even about to do it. Why you think they in housing in the first place? Because it was all gravy train. They could have stayed where they were. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's what it is. But non-GMO, government assistance ain't Burger King. You don't get to have it no way. You don't have it your way. You take it the way they give it. You want our housing? Okay, we're going to give you a house. You got 8 kids. It's going to be a 2-bedroom apartment. And that's all you get. So they're going to stick them wherever they want to stick them at. They're going to stick them in poverty. They're going to stick them in the hood. They're going to stick them. That's right. Where you think they're going to put them at? In the landings? No, that's why I said the government is set for failure because they're not trying to put these women in the best of neighborhoods. That's what I'm saying. These single moms, they're not winning by depending on the government because they're not giving you the best of anything. They're not giving you the best. They're giving you whatever they want to because whenever you put yourself in a position where you got to depend on something, you got to take what it gives you. Okay, the government house. Let me make it this way. Maybe it'll make more sense to everybody. The government. Let me tell you how government housing works. To all the ladies out here, government housing is like a no good ass boyfriend. Okay, meaning that he will give you just enough to keep you content. He's gonna give you some kibbles and bits, like he may put a little gas in the car. Um, he may put it down in the bedroom here and there. He may kick in every once in a while for the light bill. He may give you a little change to put towards it, but he's never gonna do more than what you would like for him to do, if that makes any sense. Okay? Basically, he's gonna give you just enough. That's the way governmental housing works. The system is going to give you just enough to live off of. So guess what? If they want to put you in the hood, you got to go in the hood. If they do decide to give you a Section A voucher, they're not good. You don't get to tell Section A, I want a 5-bedroom house. They're going to put you in a 2-bedroom house. He might fumigate. You're right, Just Be. That's what a lot of us as black women are not understanding. You don't get to tell the government what to do. The government tells you what to do. The government makes all the rules. And that's how it goes. It's just enough. That's exactly what I'm saying, Gmo. That's my whole point exactly. Not enough to make a difference and just enough to keep you quiet. In other words, if you say you thirsty, I'm gonna give you vinegar. You can't say I didn't give you nothing to drink. In other words, if you hungry, I'm gonna throw you a piece of dirty ass bologna. You can't say I didn't feed you. That's the way it works. But I know I'm digressing. But I really wanted to let me switch back in gears about the situation with Fantasia. Um, you know, it's not enough of us as Black women who really keep it real. Um, it's a lot of us that are going around. There's a lot of us that are walking around here poisoning other Black women and making us believe that we don't have to compromise. That we are queens and whatever we want, our heart desires. A lot of Black women are being poisoned into believing that they are entitled to any and everything. When the truth of the matter is, you have to put in work to prove that you are valuable, to prove that you are worthy. And a lot of us are failing in that. What's up, Rael? My Scorpio partner. Appreciate you for coming in. That's the problem. We're poisoning and lying to each other, saying you are a queen. And all of us are not queens. Some of us are peasants. We're listening to all of these lies and this fast food information off of social media, stuff that makes us feel good, stuff that makes us feel like we're entitled. And the truth of the matter is, all of us don't need to be treated like queens because all of us don't act like queens. And it's this false sense of entitlement, all because you were used to getting what you want through the government, through child support, whatever other means of sources that you're getting is giving a lot of women a misconception as to what they're really entitled to. And a lot of women are going to be single for the rest of their life. Just to be frank, just because you think you should be somebody's wife, that don't automatically mean you're going to be somebody's wife. It's a lot of us as Black women who think because we look good, because we wear pants tight enough to fit on us like acrylic, we automatically feel we're entitled, that we're wife material. It's a lot of us that have this misconception that we are wife material, and we're not. It's this misconception of thinking that because we got nice bodies, we should be able to get what we want. We should be entitled to whatever it is we want. It's a lot of false information. It's a lot of delusional concepts that a lot of us have as Black women. We automatically have qualified ourselves. And the truth of the matter is, it's a lot of us that are single that are going to continue to be single because of the simple fact is a lot of us are stuck in our ways. We don't feel like we have to change who we are. We don't feel like we have to work on our issues. We automatically think that if there's an issue, it's not us that needs to change it. Exactly, just be these cyber harlots. Y'all know that's my word. We got a lot of cyber harlots going on in here, and we absolutely do. It's a lot of us as women. We can only get attention, but we'll never get respect. And we all know attention is short lived. And it's always the ones who act like they got it together that are really the most thirsty. Government benefits. Mr. Khan, appreciate you for coming on in. Yeah, it's a sad reality. Because a lot of women are basically still um going on this perception that as long as I look good, as long as I have a nice body, as long as I got hair growing down my back or whatever, I'm automatically wife material. A lot of us as Black women, we're not wife material. We don't even know how to do the basics. We don't cook, don't clean, don't take care of our children. Or for those of us who do got good jobs, we got attitudes, we very arrogant. We think that every man that meets us is supposed to bow down to us. It's a lot of us that are mentally wired backwards, and we can't understand with all our good looks and and all our designer clothes and our high top and our top notch high positions on these jobs while we are still single. It's a lot of us as Black women out here that are, fortunately, we are significantly damaged. We're damaged from things that we have gone through in our childhood. We are damaged for getting involved with too many pookies, having children from too many excessive men, all of that. And let's just be honest. Let's just keep it real. A lot of y'all are only independent because you ain't got no choice. So I don't even know why you go around bragging and acting like it's something to be proud of. I'm independent. I don't need nobody. Well, you better be independent because who else gonna feed them 6, 7 crumb snatchers you got? A lot of us are independent not because we want to be, because we have to be. You have to be independent. You got 6, 7 kids. Nobody's not going to take you in with that many children. Mama not going to take you in with them 6, 7 kids. Daddy not going to take you in. Your baby daddies are not going to take you in. A lot of y'all are only independent because you don't have a choice. It is not because you wanted to be independent. You put yourself in a position where you had to do it by yourself. Narcissist, borderline women. Yeah, we have a lot of that going on. A lot of that. I've seen some of these women, because I have a Facebook account. I've seen some of these women contradict themselves so much. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. Every other week they posting something different on their post on their timeline. I don't need no man. Then you turn around next week. I'm tired of having to do this by myself. Then the following week after that, that's why I don't rock with none of these NIGGAS because they ain't no good. Then you turn around a week later and you posting, I really wish I had help. I wish I didn't have to do this all by myself. It's a lot of contradictory. A lot of corporate sisters are very hard to get along with. How do I know? I've dated many of them. Oh, absolutely. And the reason why some of them, unfortunately, are very difficult to get along with, because a lot of them, now that they have uh, climbed the ladder and they're no longer to that bottom level where people would call them out on it, where people would remind them of their failures. Every once in a while, when you do get a Black woman that does make it and she does rise from the bottom of the pits, she does, better herself, and she does starts becoming more successful. She starts accomplishing more things. Unfortunately, that's when her ego gets the best of her. That is when her arrogance tends to take over, because it's due to the fact that so many people clowned her, saying that she was never going to make it. So many people doubted her and say, you know, um, you ain't going to be no more than what you are. You're not going to make it. You're not going to manage. And now, because she's been able to dodge that bullet and she's been able to get a really good job that's paying her well, now basically she's popping a collar, she's smelling herself, and she's feeling this sense of entitlement. And now she's acting like, oh, I don't have to bow down to anybody. And all that is just her defense mechanism, due to the fact that she still don't believe in herself. She's still, yeah, I know plenty of women who have accomplished a lot and they still feel like failures. You know why? Because your profession doesn't necessarily make up for your lack of self-esteem. It does. If you have low self-esteem, you know how many women with high top positions got low self-esteem? Women that got CEO positions and still miserable. Women that are lawyers, women that are doctors, women that are nurses, got all of these special professions and are miserable, because once a man gets to know them, once a man gets to know the woman underneath that big title, he realizes she's a piece of work. He don't want to deal with her. Bad attitudes, narcissistic, unaccountable for their actions, overweight and obese, dress tacky, female incels. Oh yeah. But let's not forget, fellas, we have some beautiful, bad attitudes, narcissistic, females that are unaccountable for their actions. Let's not forget about these drop dead gorgeous ones now, because they are just as dysfunctional as Kiki, who looks like a Wolverine and living in the damn projects. I know, just right. You got to be cautious of these ones that look good too. And I already told y'all. I know, Rael, you just getting in here, but I was saying earlier, Black women do not have what's called bad attitudes. I want everybody to get rid of that word out of their vocabulary. We're not going to use that word anymore. Black women do not have bad attitudes. What they got is regrets. That's a nice word. Attitudes is a nice way of saying, oh, they just got attitudes. They don't have no attitudes. They got regrets. They made poor decisions that they are stuck with having to live with. It's no attitude. It's called I'm miserable because I'm stuck with bad decisions I made. It's called I made the bad decisions and I regret it. I chose too many baby daddies. I regret it. I had too many kids from dumb dudes. I regret it. It's called regrets. Nothing ain't wrong with them. They mad. They angry with the decisions they made. Exactly, non-GMO. That's what it is. We're going to call it out. We're not using that attitude word no more. That's justifying. That's justifying our actions as Black women. We're not going to butter it up and call it attitude. That's why when I see when I'm in certain situations and I get into it with a certain type of Black female, whether if it's on social media, whether if I'm at Waffle House and she decides to jump the line in front of me and all this and that. I know the only reason she's being hostile towards me or the only reason she's trying to provoke me is because she's angry about other stuff that I got nothing to do with. I deal with it on Facebook, or I deal with it on social media. Women get an attitude with me because I make a comment about single mothers not understanding if it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. They'll get an attitude. You know why? Because they're angry they're a single mom. That's why they got to go off on any and everybody that has something to say about it. If you know you're a good mother and you're doing what you're supposed to do, damn what me or anybody else has to say about single mothers on YouTube. Why are you hell bent and why are you so upset is because you are angry with yourself. So the moment anybody says anything relating to your situation, you're automatically going to get in your feelings. Q4 says, Mocha, sometimes Kiki is real fine, especially if she broke and got a small car with a dent in the door. You men are a mess. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Guys, you got to be cautious of that too. Now, also in other news, I also wanted to address this, but I definitely wanted to bring up about Fantasia who called us out. I'm glad it's a woman who Black women do listen to. Now, this is my thing about Fantasia. Is she going to keep her Black female fan base after this? I don't know. Because Black women, we start getting our feelings when somebody calls us out. Watch those concert tickets drop. I hope Fantasia know she done stirred up a bee's nest because the majority of her fans are Black women. Because Fantasia has always been known to do songs that make Black women feel sorry for themselves. This goes out to all my baby mamas. I got love for all my baby mamas. Remember the baby mama theme song. Oh, all the single mamas had loved that song. Then she went from, if you don't want me, don't talk to me, go ahead and free yourself. You know, a lot of Fantasia first songs, you could tell she was speaking from a bitter, hurt place. A lot of her songs was about where would you be without me, you know. And a lot of black women was riding with her because she was doing a lot of music that was relating to a lot of the things that black women go through. But now, after she did this radio show today, I would not be surprised if turn on who turning on her. I'm just saying, she did Rael, and she did make a song that's what I'm saying, Raw. Well, let me take this out because it keeps popping up on my thing. She did. That's why she has so many black female supporters. And she did try to commit suicide. I mentioned all that earlier, right before you came in, about all the stuff that she had did. But see, now what happened was Fantasia recently had got married. She's been with her husband, I say maybe a couple of years now. You know, I haven't heard anything negative about him in the media. And yep, she did have the baby from the married man. We all know Fantasia had a lot of bad controversy floating around her. Thank you, Ambion. I appreciate you for hanging in there. I know you a hardworking man, so you can't stay on here all night. Right now, I'm unemployed until Monday. So I got all night. I'm just saying. But I appreciate you, Ambion, for always stopping by and supporting me. So till next time, definitely take care. But yeah, she did all of that. But what happened was she went on a radio show today. What's up, Thalia? And she basically went off on a lot of black women saying the reason why they are by themselves because they don't allow black men to lead. So Fantasia done turned a new leaf, y'all. Person just like darn R. Kelly. Yeah, I still like R. Kelly music. I do. I can't lie. When I do listen to certain songs, it makes me look at him different now. I'm like, now, was that for young women or was that for older women? But I'll say that for another time. But I still like his music. Listen to the Fantasia. Hold on, what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fantasia went in today, and I'm a read up on it for Raw L and everybody else who's coming in here. Like I said, a lot of sisters are gonna turn on Fantasia because she let them have it. She said she basically said this on a radio show today. She was on a Breakfast Club and she talked about the reason why women can't find a good man. And she said most women are trying to be the leader. That's why they can't find a good man. You can't be the king of the house. Fall back and be the queen and let the man lead the way. She also said that women bump heads because there's struggle between power dynamics. She further said it's a generational curse in how society has placed our men and how women have to stand up to be the mother and the father and the provider. So now you are so bad that you can't be told nothing. That's when the right man come along, you lose them because you're trying to be the man. And she lastly said, you have to learn to submit. At the end of the day, I'm the neck, my man's the head. And that's basically what she said. So you know she lost a lot of fans when she said the S word. When she said submit, you know she lost a lot of fans today. Good night, Sonnies. Appreciate you. I know I'll be doing some long streams. I'll be doing some long streams because I know when I get in the training, I'm not going to be on here as much. So, you know, I guess I'm trying to go out with a bang, as y'all should say. But yeah, so right now, you know, she's getting ready to lose a lot of female supporters. Because you know, when it comes to us black women, we don't like when people start calling us out on our bull. So you know, just get ready. Fantasia, her concert ticket sales may drop significantly because you know, black women, we stop rocking with each other, we stop supporting each other. So You know, she may not hardly have any female fans after. That's what I'm saying, Thalia. Many females don't want to admit it, but she's right. She's right. We won't submit. A lot of us won't because we have this misconception that submit is slavery. My ex uncle in law told me years ago, the older you get, the more conservative you're going to get. Boy, he wasn't lying. She's reflecting the older she's getting, and that nonsense is giving way too way to wisdom. Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, big ups to Fantasia for calling these women out, you know, and hopefully, like I said, you know, for the most part, she seems to be a very strong woman. So I'm sure, even if her fans turn on her, it's not going to hurt her none. You know, I believe she's going to continue to keep striving and everything. So big ups to Fantasia for calling on out. Yep, she's gonna. You ain't lying, Q. She's gonna have to go 100% gospel now. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, sir. She can't do no more R&B. Them heifers ain't going to her concert no more. And I ain't never been a Fantasia fan until today. Now I'm gonna start back buying her music. When she started doing all that feminist music, I'm like, I ain't about to listen to no baby mama music and all of that. And But now that I know her mindset has changed, okay, I could rock with her a little bit. So switching gears, I wanted us to further also talk about this Michael Strahan thing before I shut down tonight. I don't know if y'all heard about Michael Strahan. You know his ex-wife is really, really trying to give him a run for his money. This goes to show you guys the grass ain't always greener. Y'all quick to say we a gold digger, but guess them white women ain't playing the radio either. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Michael Strahan's ex-wife Jean Mowgli wants increase in 18,000 monthly child support. Child, if Michael Strahan ain't already going through it, his his white ex-wife Jean wants an increase in child support for her and Michael's twin daughters Isabella and Sophia. Jean reportedly wants an increase from the 18,000 per month that Michael has already given her, and she wants let me see what the amount she wants. I'll get to that part later. But I know right now he's giving her 18,000. Michael Strahan and Jean Muggley married in Muggley. They had married in 1999 and they divorced in 2006. The Good Morning America co-host was ordered to pay his ex-wife 15.3 million in addition to 18,000 per month and child support payments for the twins that they have. Michael is presently one of the highest paid co-hosts on television with his Good Morning America contract, reportedly worth 8 figures. The celebrity figure father also serves as co-host in Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki, which has featured his daughters on various occasions. Strahan recently reflected on his life as the father of twins. Isabella and Sophia were babies. Moving right along, because I don't want to read all of that there. Isabella and Sophia are Michael's Strahan's youngest children. Altogether, he has 4. So he has 2 from, I guess, a previous relationship or whatever. Yeah, so Michael Strahan, she's going back in the pocket. And I agree with that, Rael. I did not care for Fantasia. I got a lot of respect for her now. So now to me, she looks even more attractive that she's humbled herself. So I agree with you 100%. Now I'm gonna go. Now I'll support her music. But yeah, your boy Michael Strahan, his ex-wife, she is asking for an increase. And this just goes to show you guys the grass ain't always greener. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but She ain't messing with no broke, and y'all know the rest. So yes, his ex-wife, which happens to be a white woman, looks like a plain Jane, look like one of those type of women that are working in CVS pharmacy. She's not that beautiful to me. She just looks like one of those, white women that that probably, you know, does Tupperware parties and makes water crescent sandwiches. She's just a plain Jane, a basic Becky. And basically, yeah, she's trying to rip him in shreds. She wants to increase. Goes to show you men that you can't judge a book by its cover. It is not just strippers and groupies and project chicks, women that are real well off, and women of other races. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And I believe at this point what she's trying to do is she's trying to make him bleed. It just sounds like to me she's still very angry with him because she's getting more than enough of money. So it just goes to show you it's not just a project chick. I don't know what else she's going to do. She's already was rewarded a significant amount of money in the divorce for her to turn around and want to increase on top of the 18,000 a month. I'm telling you, stuff like this is how, I don't want to say this. I would hate to say this. But women who do stuff like this is the reason why some of these men hire hitmen. The situations like this will make a dude hire a hitman. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm already giving you everything. The judge has been granting everything the way you want it, and yet you still trying to bleed me. Now, a man who ain't doing nothing, um, they wouldn't even be bothered. But I think it angers a man even more that's already doing it, already providing. I think men in this case become even more angry and hostile because he was man enough to go ahead and give her 8 million. I'm sorry, 15.3 million, in addition to the 18,000 a month. And situations like this will make a man catch a case. I'm not even a man, but I would know how it would make me feel if I already gave you 15.3 million and on top of that 18,000 a month, and you still trying to make me bleed. That's what I'm saying. This will drive a man to Ray Carew. I agree. I can't even I'm sorry. I can't co-sign with no woman that goes this far now. It's just ridiculous. You know, because he stepped up to the plate. He's not trying to avoid she mob non-GMO. I mean, that's just straight greed, man. What else you want to do? Throw Botox parties? What you gonna do? Throw Botox parties? Um, Pay $500 an hour to a vegan chef that makes you food without meat? I mean, what the hell she need all this extra money for? You know it's just gonna be for foolishness. Or what? To hook up with some young dude that's gonna use her and she can be his sugar mama. Cause you know that's usually what happens. Now, this is what I heard from Jay the Black. I'm also a subscriber of his. Every time women try to be greedy like this, is sometimes somehow backfires because Jada Black, I didn't know that Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, Nicole Murphy, y'all know the slut who was caught messing with Layla Roshan husband or whatever. Anyway, I did not know that when Eddie Murphy was court ordered to send her to give her a large, substantial amount of money, and I'm sure it was millions because I know Eddie Murphy is definitely a millionaire, if not close to a billionaire. I know he's high up there. He had to give this chick a large, substantial amount of money, of course, because she had like 6, 7 kids from him. So you know, Nicole Murphy, her pockets was fat. This simple pigeon bird brain broad, she lost all of the money Eddie gave her and a fraudulent investment. And that's why ever since she's been all over the place. Matter of fact, she's been trying to get with Michael Strahan. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Rael. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah, she had got 13 million from Eddie and she went broke. This is what happens, ladies, when you try to be greedy and you try to be malicious. Karma is going to make its way. And that's what happened. I know Eddie Murphy was laughing at her. I know he was laughing at her. And ever since then, she hasn't been able to catch a break. So, she's been dating Michael Strahan for the longest. And they were going to get married. But Michael Strahan wanted her to agree to a prenup. And when he said that, girlfriend was like, mm-mm. So that already lets me know she didn't love Michael Strahan for who he was. She loved him for what she felt like she could gain from him. And Michael Strahan, I don't blame him. He already done getting burnt by two women. Who want to go through that a third time? It would only be insanity for Michael Strahan to put himself back in the same position where a woman could use him again. I don't blame him. At this point, if you ain't caught me when I was in that good spirit of being a good man and giving out millions like it wasn't nothing, unfortunately, you done caught me after I done got burnt. So guess what? I'm not that same giving man that I used to be. And I don't blame Michael Strahan. Not one bit. That's why she out here thought and the Spice Girl even lamenting over losing Eddie. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when this is what happens when we as women, we get malicious and we allow our feelings to get the best of us. We allow our emotions to get to the best of us to where we butt hurt and we walk out on good men, we walk out on good relationships, all because we're being a brat, we can't have our way, or we're trying to prove a point, or we're calling a man's bluff. Sometimes it does come back to backfire. You have to be careful as a woman when you decide that you want to give up on somebody because they're not giving in to what you want and how you want it. And unfortunately, not only does you miss out on your blessing, but what happens is it scorns that man. And whether any man wants to believe it or not, there's a lot of scorned men out here. Absolutely. What's up, Keenan? On the last live, I realized you was there and I didn't even speak to you. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure the next time I speak to him when he comes in. But I be rambling my mouth, so I be missing out on everybody who's coming in. People keep losing wrenches. I don't know what YouTube got going on. I have to give a lot of y'all a wrench. I don't know why. I'm seeing people who I gave wrenches don't have them. Would I sign up for a prenup? I was really in love with him, yeah. Because the way I look at it, as long as I'm a good woman to him, I'm going to benefit in the long run anyway. I'm going to benefit regardless. If he already had all of that money before he got with me, I could contest to that. Now, if I've been with him when he ain't had nothing, and now you talking about you want me to do a prenup, then hell no. But if he already was well established, I would. Because I know as long as we together, I'm gonna be straight. He not gonna let me suffer. I'm gonna benefit as long as I'm treating him right and we together. No problem, non-GMO, because I'm gonna shut everything down in a little bit. Appreciate you for hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you already. Yeah. So yeah, if he already made all those millions, yeah. But I won't lie. I would feel some type of way, knowing that he already does not trust me. But logically, I gotta look at it from a business standpoint too. I have to look at it from a business standpoint. So I mean, my feelings would be hurt, but I wouldn't want him to think that was my only ambition was to be with him because of his money. I wouldn't want him to think that either. Because now he's gonna look at it like, so she ain't never loved me all along. Cause I'm like this. If you're a real woman, you not gonna go without whether the relationship work or not. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's your only mission, if that's your only goal, then yeah, unfortunately you're gonna miss out. That's why Michael Strahan, he's not trying to marry Nicole Murphy. And the way she been thoughting lately, he would be a fool if he did. Um, Prenups don't mean a woman's not taken care of. Michael does prenup with Karen and Joe's 3 million divorce. That's what I'm saying. You still gonna benefit if you love the man and you treat him right. You still gonna benefit. You gonna walk with something, especially if you have children from him. It is a business. Yeah, I mean, I could understand that. I put a lot of time and energy into something by myself before I met you, and you don't want to sign a prenup. It that matter. You should be more focused on us being together. Why is you worrying about my money? And that the same thing happened to singer Brandy. Brandy was going to get married to the last guy, but he didn't want to sign a prenup, so she had to end the marriage. That lets you know where his motive was. Yeah. So, like I said, Nicole, a beautiful woman, but she got issues and she's a thought pocket. And ever since I caught her, I seen that situation with her messing with Lola Rashawn's husband, I have no respect for her. None. And I'm not a man, so I understand y'all gonna be attracted to it. But I tell you one thing, you better have some money to deal with Nicole. It costs a lot to be with a woman that flawless. That's a trophy wife there. You can't take her to no Red Lobster. Can't take her to no flea market. I'm gonna tell you that now, because Nicole Murphy got very high expectations. Ain't no taking her out to get a hot dog from Sonic's. That woman is very exquisite. You want a woman that fine, you gonna pay out your behind. That's all I'm saying. She ain't gotta be a gold digger, but she don't want no broke. You know what? You better have some bread. Woman like that, it take a lot to be with her. Buy her nothing from Walmart. You better get it from Neiman Marcus. Yeah, if you have money, you should reserve money to the side for the other person because they can never get back time. That's nothing. Yeah, I mean, like it's the old saying that true love conquers all. If you really, 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 really love each other, y'all gonna find a way to make it work. Money or no money. I know couples who got a lot of money and they ain't even together. I know couples who are struggling paycheck to paycheck and been married every bit of 30, 40 years. So at the end of the day, love is really what conquers everything. You love each other, you're going to find a way to make it work. With the money, without the money. You love that man for him and him only. He trusts you long enough. He may feel like you're worthy and say, you know what? I'm going to redo the prenup. I want to give her everything. I want to share her. This woman been loyal with me. Let me change this and get rid of this prenup. Sometimes a man may be doing that to test you, just to see what your real motives are. Mocha, I ain't afraid to get married. I'm too old to be paying alimony and child support. I feel you, Q. Comer is a thought. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's just straight thought. What's up, King Bob? I've been lost respect for King. I've been lost respect for Nicole Murphy. Nothing pretty about her to me. All that Botox and everything. You look at her, she doesn't look as she used to look. I mean, her body is amazing. I won't take that away from her. But that face, I don't know. It's starting to sink in. She getting that Celine Dion stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got to be mindful of that. But definitely, I have kept you guys up for what, almost 2 hours. So I definitely thank y'all for being good fans, hanging in there with me. Again, I thought this was needed. I definitely had to do this topic about Fantasia because I'm glad a woman that's respected has finally come to the plate to put these sisters in check. I had to talk about the Michael Strahan thing. I hate to see good guys keep bleeding. keep getting taken advantage of. I just hope Michael Strahan stay cool, because what scares me about cool, calm, and collective guys like that is that if she keeps pushing her luck, I don't want him to blow over the edge. Hopefully he stays calm. Because I've seen the most coolest, calm, and collective guys like that end up on 48 hours. Yeah, absolutely. So definitely this has been an awesome chat. Of course, all of my mods, thank y'all for being on deck. I'm going to be giving a few more wrenches. I have to give Keenan one, Darius one, everybody who's in here tonight. I'm gonna try to give everybody a wrench or whatever. So yeah. So also, before I get ready to shut it down, if anybody is interested in cable, I have my own cable app. Soon, Christmas will be coming up. Thanksgiving will be coming up. If you want to save some money, we're approaching the holidays. I have my own cable app. For those of you who are interested in buying cable, my cable app comes with over 6,800 channels. You get all your pay-per-view events for free. You get all your sports packages, your NFL, your NBA. You get all of that good stuff. What else you get? You get all your premium movie channels. You get your Showtime, your Stars, your Cinemax. You get everything. You get the work. So for those of you currently with a cable company that is charging you almost $100 a month, I can give you channels up to 6,800 channels for only 25, well actually $26 a month, up to 2 devices. If you want 3 devices, I can hook that up for $30. So anybody who's interested, you want cheaper cable, you need a Fire Stick, and you need high speed internet. If you already have a high speed internet, I can actually send you a free trial, which is only good for 24 hours, or you can automatically buy the cable right away, whichever you choose to do. So yeah, if anybody's interested in some cable, you want something more affordable, and yes, it does come with adult entertainment, and we have all the kids networks, the kids cartoons. We have all the adult cartoons. We have a little bit of everything for everybody. So if anybody's interested, I'm gonna, where's my freaking, okay, banner? Well, I'm gonna put my email up here. If you're interested in cable, just email me and let me know, and I'll give you the information that you need. And yeah, I can go ahead. I got the hookup, you know what I'm saying? So I can try to save you some money before the holidays start kicking in, all right? But anyway, y'all, it is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm gonna always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm gonna always break you off with a slice of knowledge.